Today, I thought I would share with you one of my all-time favorite comfort meals, and that's Mexican spoon bread. If you've never had spoon bread before, it's a moist cornmeal dish that is prevalent in the southern United States. It's much moister than cornbread, which is why they call it spoon bread. To me, it's more like a casserole. Here are the ingredients, but I'll put the recipe for you in the description area of my video. If you're from a southern state, you probably already have cornmeal in your pantry. I know that I do, but I'm also from southern lineage. I always keep cream-style corn and diced green chilies on hand just for this recipe. If you were trying to cut some corners and some costs with this recipe, you could probably use one of the Jiffy cornbread mixes. However, I do recommend cornmeal. It's coarser in texture and it's less sweet. It's just going to work better in this dish. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup milk, but I don't have milk, so I'm just using water. It'll turn out fine. I started craving this last night, but it was the end of the day and I was just too tired to make it. Plus it was almost past my dinner time already, so I thought I'd just make this today and I would share it with you. I've always used the Albert's cornmeal, but the last time I picked some up, I got this Quaker brand because I noticed that they had much better reviews, so I wanted to try it. The recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. And whether I'm making regular cornbread or the spoon bread, I always get my pan hot first and add a little bit of oil so that the bottom of my cornbread gets a nice texture. I'm going to pour in half of the batter and then I'm going to top it with half of the green chilies. And I'll spread those out just a little bit so that each bite has the green chilies in them. And then I'll add half of my extra sharp cheddar cheese, but you can use any cheese that you have. And if you wanted to use pepper jack, that would be good here as well. My favorite is the extra sharp cheddar though. Then I'm going to top it with the rest of the batter. And then I'll add the remaining green chilies, and I'm not going to add the remainder of the cheddar cheese until it's almost finished cooking. This goes into a hot oven at 400 degrees, and I'm going to cook this for about 45 minutes, but I'll pull it out at 40 minutes and check it, and then add the cheddar cheese. I had a couple of green onions that need to be used up, and I was just going to clip them into this on the top. That would have looked really pretty, but I forgot to do it. I was too excited about this meal actually. I've always eaten it pretty much just like this, but you could add mushrooms on the top, or you could even add some broccoli or some other vegetables if you wanted to. It also might be fun to try adding in some smoked sausage on the top, and then you would just have a one-dish meal. This pretty much is a one-dish meal for me because when I eat this, I don't want to share stomach space really with anything else because it's just that good to me. Plus it smells so good cooking, and this is great for leftovers. It reheats really well in the microwave. So I pretty much just keep eating this until it's gone. So it'll be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner until it's no longer in the house. So at this point, I'm just going to top it with the remaining cheddar cheese and then pop it back in the oven for just a few minutes until the cheese is just melted. I did go ahead and plate this with some black beans just to try to be a little bit more suitable, even though this really was my entire dinner. And I ended up going back for a third piece because it was just so good. Anyway, if you guys have never tried spoon bread, go into it with an open mind, just knowing that it's going to be much, much more moist than cornbread. And it's not sweet. It's definitely a savory flavor, but the green chilies just, oh my gosh, the flavor is amazing. I hope you guys try this, and I hope that you love it as much as I do. That's it, guys. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.